Good evening. Welcome to the Soft Landing Society. I'm Zawadi, and tonight I'd like to take you somewhere that feels as though it has quietly slipped between the pages of history and the edges of a dream. A place where the earth has been shaped into graceful towers, where homes have been carved into ancient stone, and where each morning begins with hundreds of colorful balloons rising silently into the sky. Tonight, we're traveling to Cappadocia, Turkey. So before we begin, allow yourself to become comfortable. Take a slow, gentle breath in and let it go. Feel the weight of the day slowly melting away. There is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing more you need to accomplish. For this little while, your only purpose is to rest. Imagine that you've just arrived as the sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon. The drive into Cappadocia has been peaceful. Rolling hills gradually gave way to a landscape unlike anywhere you've ever seen. Soft volcanic stone rises from the earth in graceful columns. Rounded cliffs glow with shades of ivory, rose, and warm honey. Ancient valleys stretch quietly into the distance. Every curve, every tower, every hidden cave has been shaped patiently by wind, water, and thousands upon thousands of years. It is a place that doesn't ask for your attention. It simply waits, allowing you to discover it slowly. The car follows a narrow stone road lined with small apricot trees. Their branches sway gently in the evening breeze. A few leaves flutter across the path before settling softly onto the ground. The air feels wonderfully fresh, cooler than the afternoon, yet still carrying the warmth stored within the stone. You lower the window slightly. The breeze slips inside. It carries the faint fragrance of wild thyme, sun-warmed earth, and wood smoke drifting from distant chimneys. You breathe it in slowly. There is something comforting about air that has traveled across quiet valleys before reaching you. At last, the car rounds one final bend. Below, nestled among the stone cliffs, rests the village of Gurame. Small homes seem to emerge naturally from the hillsides. Some are built from stone, others disappear gently into the cliffs themselves, their windows glowing with warm amber light. Terraces overlook the valleys. Flower boxes spill with red geraniums. Lanterns flicker beside wooden doorways. From this distance, the village feels less like a town and more like a constellation that has settled gently upon the earth. The driver smiles kindly as he stops before a beautifully restored cave hotel. Its entrance has been carved directly into the pale rock. Soft golden lanterns illuminate the doorway. Climbing roses trail along the stone walls. Clay pots overflow with lavender, rosemary, and tiny white blossoms that sway with the evening breeze. The only sounds are birds settling into the cliffs, the rustle of leaves, and somewhere nearby, water quietly flowing through a small fountain. The world seems to have remembered how to whisper. You step from the car. The stone beneath your feet still holds a little warmth from the afternoon sun. You pause for a moment, simply taking it all in. Above you, the sky is slowly changing. Golden light softens into shades of peach, lavender, and pale blue. One bright star appears overhead, followed quietly by another. Night is arriving without hurry, and somehow, without realizing it, you've already begun to slow down with it. A wooden door opens before you've had the chance to reach for it. A woman steps outside with an easy, welcoming smile. Her name is Elif. She greets you warmly, placing one hand gently over her heart before offering to carry your bag. There is no rush in her movements, no rehearsed welcome, only genuine kindness, offered as naturally as the evening breeze. "Welcome," she says softly. "We've been expecting you." Her voice seems perfectly suited to this place, gentle, unhurried, almost musical. She invites you to follow her inside. The temperature changes the moment you cross the threshold. The cave walls have kept their cool throughout the day. The air feels wonderfully fresh against your skin. Soft lantern light glows from small alcoves carved into the stone. The walls curve naturally overhead, their gentle arches polished smooth by generations of careful hands. Hand-woven rugs stretch along the floor in rich shades of terracotta, deep sapphire, and warm cream. Brass lanterns cast delicate patterns across the walls, somewhere deeper inside. Water trickles quietly into a small stone basin. Its steady rhythm fills the silence without disturbing it. Every sound here seems to know exactly how loud it should be. As you walk through the corridors, you notice tiny details waiting patiently to be discovered. A ceramic bowl painted with delicate blue flowers, an old wooden shelf holding weathered books in several languages, bundles of dried lavender hanging upside down from dark wooden beams, a copper teapot catching the lantern light like polished gold. Nothing feels arranged for display. Everything simply belongs, as though each object has found its own perfect resting place over many quiet years. Elif pauses beside a rounded wooden door. Its iron handle has been worn smooth by countless travelers before you. She opens it slowly. "This will be your room," she says. The space beyond feels warm, peaceful, and wonderfully inviting. A large bed rests beneath the curved stone ceiling. Its crisp white linens are folded neatly beneath a hand-woven blanket in soft shades of sand and faded blue. Plump pillows wait patiently at the head of the bed. A small fireplace has already been prepared for the evening. Inside, a gentle fire burns quietly, filling the room with a soft amber glow. Nearby, a comfortable chair sits beside a stack of books. A knitted throw has been folded carefully across its arm. A tiny vase holds freshly picked wildflowers gathered from the valley. The room doesn't feel luxurious because it is extravagant. It feels luxurious because every detail has been chosen with care. On a low wooden table rests a welcoming tray. A narrow glass of warm apple tea sends delicate ribbons of steam into the air. Beside it, a small dish holds dried apricots, plump figs, and several pieces of Turkish delight dusted lightly with powdered sugar. The scent of cinnamon, apple, and honey drifts gently through the room. It feels less like checking into a hotel and more like arriving at the home of an old friend. Before leaving, Elif walks toward a pair of wooden doors tucked into the stone wall. She opens them quietly. Beyond them, a private terrace overlooks the valley. You step outside almost instinctively. The evening has deepened. The last rays of sunlight linger on the highest cliffs, painting them in soft shades of rose and gold. Far below, small lanterns begin appearing one by one throughout the village, tiny circles of warm light, each marking a family gathering for dinner, friends sharing conversation, or travelers quietly watching the stars emerge. A gentle breeze brushes past. It carries the faint aroma of fresh bread baking somewhere nearby. Mixed with it comes the fragrance of rosemary, cool stone, and distant wood fires beginning to glow for the night. You rest your hands upon the smooth stone wall surrounding the terrace. It has stood here for generations, perhaps centuries. Its surface has been warmed by countless sunsets, cooled beneath countless stars. Now, for this evening, it quietly welcomes you too. You stand there without speaking, without thinking, simply watching as daylight slowly hands the valley over to the night, and for the first time in what feels like a very long while, there is absolutely nothing asking for your attention, only the gentle rhythm of breathing, of evening, and of being exactly where you are. For a little while, you remain on the terrace, watching the valley settle into evening. The last swallows sweep gracefully through the sky before disappearing toward their nests among the cliffs. Their wings catch the fading light for just a moment. Then they are gone. The first stars grow brighter overhead, not all at once, but patiently, one, then another, until the deepening blue begins to sparkle. The air has cooled enough that you instinctively draw the soft wrap resting over the back of your chair around your shoulders. It carries the comforting scent of clean linen, sunlight, and cedarwood. A quiet knock comes at the door. When you turn, Elif stands waiting with a woven basket resting lightly on her arm. "I thought you might enjoy a little walk before dinner," she says with a gentle smile. "The village is especially peaceful this time of day." She hands you a small lantern. Its flame flickers softly behind clear glass. "You won't need it just yet," she says, "but you'll be glad to have it later." You thank her. She nods warmly, then disappears as quietly as she arrived. Soon, you find yourself wandering down the gently sloping stone path that winds through the village. Every building seems to grow naturally from the landscape itself. Doorways are carved into pale cliffs. Stone staircases curve unexpectedly around flowering vines. Tiny windows glow with warm golden light. Some are framed by blue shutters, others by climbing roses that seem perfectly content to bloom from solid rock. Cats lounge comfortably on sunny steps, still holding the day's warmth. One lifts its head as you pass, regards you with calm curiosity, then closes its eyes once again. There is no urgency here, not even among the animals. Ahead, the aroma of freshly baked bread drifts into the evening air. It is warm, comforting, and impossible to ignore. The scent draws you toward a small neighborhood bakery tucked beneath an ancient stone archway. Its wooden door stands open. Inside, the baker carefully removes long loaves from a traditional stone oven using a wooden paddle nearly as tall as he is. The crust crackles softly as it meets the cooler air. Nearby, round sesame-covered breads are stacked neatly in woven baskets. Small pastries filled with cheese, herbs, or sweet fruit cool upon wooden shelves. Everything smells wonderfully warm. Yeast, butter, toasted sesame, and flour. The baker notices you standing quietly near the entrance. He smiles kindly. Without saying very much, he tears a small piece from a freshly baked loaf and offers it to you. It is still warm enough to steam gently in your hands. The crust is crisp, the inside impossibly soft. Simple, fresh, perfect. You thank him. He smiles once more, returns to his work, and allows the quiet to settle naturally between you. Some moments don't need conversation, only kindness. Back outside, the narrow streets grow even quieter. A few neighbors sit together outside their homes sharing tea. Their conversations rise and fall gently like distant birdsong. Children laugh somewhere farther down the lane, their joyful voices softened by the winding stone passages until they become part of the evening itself. Nearby, an elderly man waters climbing jasmine growing beside his doorway. Its tiny white blossoms release their fragrance into the cooling air. Sweet, fresh, and wonderfully calming, you slow your pace even more. There is nothing to hurry toward. The evening seems happiest when discovered one peaceful step at a time. The narrow lane curves gently to the left as you follow it. The soft glow of lanterns leads you toward a small courtyard tucked between the stone homes. In the center, an old apricot tree spreads its branches overhead. Its leaves rustle quietly whenever the breeze passes through. Beneath its shade, a handful of wooden tables sit unoccupied. Clay pots overflow with fragrant herbs, mint, sage, lavender, and tiny purple flowers whose names you do not know. A stone fountain bubbles softly nearby. The water falls only a few inches, yet its gentle rhythm seems to fill the entire courtyard. Not loudly, simply enough to remind you that movement can be peaceful. From an open doorway comes the steady, comforting sound of hands shaping clay. Curious, you step a little closer. Inside, a potter sits before a spinning wheel. His movements are slow, practiced, and completely unhurried. A small lamp illuminates the workshop. Shelves reach almost to the ceiling, lined with bowls, pitchers, cups, and delicate vases waiting patiently to be fired. The scent of cool clay mingles with the faint aroma of cedar wood and beeswax. The potter smiles as he notices you. Without speaking, he gestures toward the spinning wheel. His hands continue their work. The clay turns steadily beneath his fingertips. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a simple mound begins to rise. The walls grow taller. The opening widens. A graceful bowl seems to appear, not because it is being forced into existence, but because it has always been waiting inside the clay. You watch in quiet fascination. Nothing is hurried, nothing is wasted. Even the pauses seem meaningful. When the bowl is finished, the potter carefully lifts it from the wheel. He places it alongside several others, each one slightly different, each one quietly beautiful. He bows his head with a gentle smile. You return the gesture. Then, without a single unnecessary word, you continue your walk. The village grows quieter as night settles over the valley. The sky above has become a deep velvet blue. Thousands of stars shimmer overhead. Without city lights to compete with them, they appear brighter than you remember. Some seem close enough to touch. The moon rises slowly beyond the distant ridge. Its silver light washes gently across the fairy chimneys, turning their warm daytime colors into soft shades of pearl. The valleys seem transformed, still familiar, yet somehow even more dreamlike. You reach a small overlook at the edge of the village. A wooden bench faces the open landscape. You sit for a while. Below, the valleys stretch peacefully into the darkness. Lanterns flicker like tiny stars among the stone homes. Occasionally, a distant breeze carries the faint sound of laughter, or a door closing gently somewhere far away. Then quiet returns once more. You notice how differently silence feels here. It is not empty, it is full of breathing earth, sleeping birds, cooling stone, rustling leaves, flowing water, the distant whisper of the wind as it slips through ancient valleys that have watched countless evenings arrive just like this one. Without realizing it, your own breathing has matched the rhythm around you. Slow, easy, steady. Your shoulders feel lighter. Your thoughts have grown softer. The day that once seemed so close now feels wonderfully far away, above you. The stars continue their silent journey across the sky. Tomorrow, before the sun has fully risen, they will slowly give way to hundreds of colorful balloons floating into the morning light. But that is for another time. Tonight, the valley belongs to the moon, and it is gently preparing you for the peaceful morning that awaits. Eventually, you rise from the bench, taking one last look across the moonlit valley. The lantern in your hand casts a gentle circle of light upon the stone path. It sways softly with each step. The village has become wonderfully still. Windows glow behind lace curtains. A single candle flickers in a doorway. Somewhere above, an owl calls once into the night. The sound echoes across the cliffs, then slowly fades. You continue along the winding lane. Without the bright light of day, the stone formations seem even more mysterious. Their gentle curves catch the moonlight in unexpected ways. Some resemble tall chimneys. Others look like castles sculpted from sand. A few seem almost like quiet guardians, keeping watch over the sleeping valley. It is easy to understand why stories have been told here for thousands of years. This landscape invites the imagination to wander. Before long, you arrive back at the cave hotel. The lantern beside the entrance is still glowing warmly. Its light spills across the smooth stone steps. Inside, the corridors are quieter than before. The little fountain continues its endless conversation with itself. The fire in the common sitting room has burned low. Only glowing embers remain, casting a soft crimson light across the stone hearth. The scent of cedar, warm stone, and faint wood smoke lingers in the air. You move slowly down the familiar hallway toward your room. There is comfort in already knowing the way. Inside, everything waits exactly as you left it. The fire has settled into a gentle glow. The lantern in the wall niche burns softly. The room feels peaceful, as though it has been quietly keeping your place until your return. You close the wooden door behind you. The gentle click seems to separate you completely from the busy world beyond these ancient hills. For tonight, this little cave room is your whole world. You change into clothes soft enough for sleeping. The wool blanket feels wonderfully warm beneath your fingertips as you fold it back. You pause beside the terrace doors before climbing into bed. The valley is still visible beneath the stars. The moon now hangs higher in the sky. Its silver light paints the cliffs in soft shades of blue and pearl. Far in the distance, a tiny lantern moves slowly along one of the winding paths. Perhaps another traveler enjoying the quiet. Perhaps someone walking home after sharing tea with neighbors. The little light grows smaller, then disappears around the hillside. The valley settles once again into complete stillness. You leave the terrace doors open just enough for the cool night air to drift inside. A sheer curtain lifts gently with each passing breeze. The scent of rosemary, wild thyme, and cooling stone fills the room. Somewhere outside, water continues its quiet journey through a small fountain. Its steady rhythm blends with the whisper of the breeze. You slip beneath the blankets. The mattress welcomes you gently. Your pillow feels impossibly soft. Every part of your body begins to sink, just a little deeper. Tomorrow, before the first light reaches the valleys, someone would quietly knock at your door. long before the village awakens. The balloon pilots will already be preparing for flight. The great envelopes of colorful silk will slowly fill with warm air. The burners will send soft breaths of fire into the cool darkness, and one by one, the balloons will begin to rise. But there is nothing to do tonight except rest, nothing to anticipate, nothing to prepare. The morning will arrive in its own perfect time. For now, there is only the gentle crackle of the dying fire, the cool breath of the night breeze, and the quiet comfort of knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. As your eyes grow heavier, the ancient valley keeps watch outside your window, patient, peaceful, unchanging, holding you gently until morning. Sometime later, you awaken gently, not all at once, but slowly, as though surfacing from a calm lake. For a moment, you remain perfectly still. The room is almost completely dark. The fire has long since faded into a bed of quiet embers. The lantern in the wall has been turned low. Outside, the stars still shine brightly above the valley. The morning has not yet begun. Then, very softly, there is a knock. Not loud enough to startle, just enough to gently invite you awake. 3 quiet taps upon the wooden door. You sit up slowly, still wrapped in the peaceful hush of the night. When you open the door, Elif is waiting with a warm smile. In her hands she carries a small lantern. Its golden light dances gently across the stone corridor. "Good morning," she whispers. "The valley is waking." Her voice is little more than a breath. It feels right somehow to greet the day this quietly. She hands you a steaming mug, warm apple tea once again, this time with just a hint of clove. The cup feels comforting between your hands. "The balloons leave before sunrise," she says. "There is still plenty of time." She smiles once more, then disappears silently down the corridor. You dress warmly. A soft sweater, a light scarf. The morning air waiting outside is crisp enough to welcome both. When you step onto the terrace, the valley looks entirely different. The moon hangs low above the western hills. The eastern horizon has only begun to soften. A narrow band of silver separates the earth from the sky. Everything else remains wrapped in deep blue. The village still sleeps. Only a handful of windows glow faintly. Thin ribbons of smoke begin curling upward from a few chimneys. The world feels suspended, balanced delicately between night and morning. You finish the last sip of tea. Its warmth lingers pleasantly. Then, lantern in hand, you begin walking through the quiet streets once more. The stone beneath your feet feels cool now. Tiny beads of dew rest upon the leaves of climbing vines. Some sparkle briefly whenever the lantern light passes over them. The cats who lounged lazily in yesterday's sunshine are still curled tightly asleep upon warm doorsteps. Not even the birds have begun their morning songs. The silence is complete, yet somehow it feels full of expectation, as though the valley itself is holding its breath. The path gradually leaves the village behind. Ahead, the land opens into a broad meadow surrounded by fairy chimneys rising like ancient sculptures from the earth. Small lanterns dot the field. Their warm circles of light reveal quiet figures moving with practiced confidence. Balloon crews have already begun their work. Large woven baskets rest upon the grass. Rolled envelopes of brightly colored fabric lie sleeping beside them. Everything happens calmly, no shouted instructions, no hurried footsteps, only quiet conversations. gentle laughter, and the peaceful rhythm of people who have welcomed many mornings just like this one. You walk a little closer. One of the pilots offers a warm smile as he passes. Another adjusts thick ropes with careful hands. Nearby, a wicker basket stands ready. Its woven sides are smooth from years of careful use. You run your fingertips lightly across the natural fibers, strong, simple, beautifully made. The air carries the scent of fresh grass, morning dew, and the faint sweetness of wildflowers hidden among the meadow. Somewhere, coffee is brewing. Its rich aroma mingles with the crisp morning air. Another table holds warm pastries, still wrapped in linen cloths for those waiting quietly nearby. Everything about this morning encourages patience. Nothing feels rushed, not even time itself. Then, without warning, a gentle roar breaks the silence. One of the burners comes alive. A brilliant column of warm fire reaches upward into the waiting balloon. For just a moment, the colorful fabric glows like stained glass beneath the flame. Then the sound disappears once again. Silence returns. A few moments later, another burner exhales, then another. One by one, the great balloons begin to awaken, slowly, gracefully, lifting themselves from the earth as warm air gently fills their enormous silk envelopes. The valley is no longer asleep. It is stretching peacefully toward the dawn, and in only a little while, you will rise with it. The sky begins to change so gradually, you almost don't notice it. The deep blue of night softens into indigo. Then, a delicate ribbon of lavender appears along the eastern horizon. Moments later, it is joined by pale rose, then the faintest wash of gold. The cliffs surrounding the meadow seem to awaken with the light. Their smooth faces catch the earliest colors of morning. What had seemed gray beneath the stars now glows with gentle shades of ivory, blush, and warm amber. The valley is taking its first slow breath. The balloon nearest you is almost ready. Its great envelope now stands proudly above the basket, swaying ever so slightly in the morning breeze. Bands of crimson, sapphire, ochre, emerald, and cream stretch gracefully toward the sky. The fabric moves with surprising softness, like the sail of a ship waiting for a gentle wind. The pilot walks quietly among the passengers. His smile is calm and reassuring. He welcomes each person with quiet warmth. There is no speech, no long list of instructions, only a few gentle reminders spoken in an easy voice. Soon, it is time. You step carefully into the woven basket. The wicker feels sturdy beneath your hands. There is plenty of room. No one rushes. Everyone settles comfortably. A few people smile at one another. Others simply gaze across the awakening valley. Words seem unnecessary. The landscape has already begun the conversation. The pilot gives a small nod to the ground crew. The thick ropes are loosened. One by one, they slip gently away. You expect to feel the balloon leave the earth. You wait for the moment, for the lift, for the movement, but it never seems to come. Instead, the meadow simply begins to drift away beneath you, so slowly, so effortlessly, that it feels as though the earth itself has decided to move. The basket remains perfectly still. The valley quietly sinks lower. The people below wave gently. Their lanterns become tiny golden stars upon the grass. The fairy chimneys rise to meet you, and almost without realizing it, you are floating. There is remarkably little sound. The breeze whispers softly past the basket. Every so often, the burner releases another warm breath of flame, a gentle roar, lasting only a few seconds, before quiet returns once again. Between those moments, there is only stillness, a silence so complete, it almost feels alive. The balloon climbs a little higher. Below, the winding paths begin to reveal themselves. Stone villages emerge from the hillsides. Tiny vineyards stretch in neat rows across the valleys. Apricot orchards shimmer with silver dew. Narrow trails disappear into hidden canyons before emerging once more among clusters of ancient trees. Everything looks peaceful from here. The world has become wonderfully simple. Shapes, colors, light, shadow, nothing asks anything of you. You are simply carried exactly where the morning wishes to take you. As the sun finally peaks above the distant horizon, its first rays spill across the valleys like liquid gold. One by one, the other balloons catch the light, hundreds of them, near, far, high above, and lower among the cliffs, each one glowing softly against the morning sky. Some drift close enough that you can see smiling faces in neighboring baskets. Others float quietly in the distance, their colors softened by the morning mist. Together, they move without hurry. No engines, no rushing wind, only warm air, patient currents, and the steady rhythm of the dawn. For a long while, no one speaks, no one needs to. The beauty before you is not asking to be described, only witnessed, only breathed in, only remembered. And for these quiet moments, it feels as though the whole sky has become a place where dreams are allowed to wander. The balloon continues its gentle journey, carried by currents so soft they are almost impossible to feel. From this height, the valleys unfold like the pages of an ancient story. Each bend reveals something new. Each quiet turn offers another small wonder. The pilot makes only the slightest adjustments. Mostly, he allows the morning to decide the way. There is wisdom in that. Sometimes, the gentlest journeys are the ones that ask us to surrender a little, to trust, to be carried ahead. A narrow valley begins to open beneath you. Its walls rise in graceful waves of pale stone. Here and there, small openings appear in the cliffs. Some are no larger than a window. Others reveal entire rooms carved into the rock centuries ago. Homes, chapels, places where families gathered around evening meals. Places where stories were shared by lantern light. Places where laughter, music, and quiet prayers once filled the air. Though empty now, they never feel abandoned, only peaceful, as though the stone itself has remembered every voice that ever called it home. The balloon drifts lower, close enough to admire the textures of the cliffs. Soft ridges ripple across the rock like folded fabric. Tiny wildflowers bloom from narrow cracks where only a little soil has gathered. Bright yellow blossoms, delicate purple petals, small white flowers no larger than a coin. Life has found its place here, patiently, beautifully, without asking for very much at all. A pair of swallows appears beside the balloon. They glide effortlessly through the cool morning air. One circles once around the basket, then both disappear toward the valley below. Watching them, you are reminded how natural it feels to move without hurry, to trust invisible currents, to let each moment arrive before reaching for the next. The pilot smiles quietly. He points toward a distant ridge where the sunlight has finally reached the highest fairy chimneys. They glow with soft shades of honey, apricot, and rose. The colors seem almost unreal, as though someone has painted the cliffs with the gentlest brush imaginable. Light changes everything it touches, and yet the stone remains exactly as it has always been, patient, steady, enduring. Far below, a shepherd begins guiding a small flock of sheep across a meadow. From here, they appear like tiny white clouds drifting over green grass. A faithful dog trots happily alongside them. The shepherd pauses for a moment, looks toward the sky, and raises one hand in greeting. The pilot returns the wave. Soon, the meadow slips quietly behind you. You notice something unexpected. Although there are many balloons sharing the morning, it never feels crowded. The sky is spacious. Each balloon has room to wander, room to breathe. Some float high above the valleys, others travel lower, following the winding curves of the land. Together, they move almost like seeds carried gently upon the wind. Never racing, never competing, simply sharing the same beautiful morning. You close your eyes for just a moment. The basket rocks ever so slightly beneath your feet. The cool breeze brushes softly across your face. The warmth of the rising sun touches your shoulders. You hear the distant song of birds awakening, the occasional whisper of the burner, and then quiet once again. When you open your eyes, the world somehow feels even more peaceful than before, as though the valley has quietly shared one of its oldest secrets, that there is no need to hurry through beauty. It waits patiently until someone is willing to slow down enough to truly see it. The pilot glances toward the horizon. The sun has now climbed just high enough to bathe the valleys in a gentle golden light. Long shadows stretch across the landscape, softening every ridge, every path, every quiet hillside. It is impossible to tell where one valley ends and another begins. Everything seems to flow together, as naturally as a river. The balloon begins a slow descent, not toward the ground just yet, but toward one of the quieter valleys below. The cliffs rise gently around you. For a few peaceful moments, it feels as though you are floating through a hidden world known only to birds and the morning breeze. The basket passes close to a tall fairy chimney. Its weathered stone is warm with sunrise. Tiny swifts dart gracefully in and out of small openings near its peak. They disappear so quickly, it is almost like watching thoughts come and go, never lingering, never demanding attention, simply arriving, then moving on. Beyond the cliffs, a small vineyard stretches across the valley floor. Neat rows of vines shimmer beneath the morning dew. Their leaves sparkle whenever they catch the sunlight. Nearby, an elderly woman walks slowly between the rows carrying a woven basket. She pauses now and then, running her fingers gently across the leaves, checking each vine with quiet care. There is something deeply reassuring about watching someone tend to living things without haste. Not because time is abundant, but because care deserves patience. The balloon drifts onward. A narrow stream appears below, its clear water winding lazily through grasses and wildflowers. From above, it catches the sunlight like a silver ribbon stitched carefully across the valley. A pair of ducks glide quietly through one of its wider pools. The water barely ripples behind them. Everything this morning seems to understand the beauty of moving gently. The pilot reaches for the burner once more. A warm breath of flame rises overhead. The balloon lifts just enough to clear a rocky hillside crowned with ancient juniper trees. Their twisted branches have weathered countless seasons: wind, snow, summer heat, spring rain. Still they stand, strong, graceful, content simply to become more themselves with each passing year. You find yourself smiling, not because anything extraordinary has happened, but because nothing needs to. There is a quiet joy in ordinary beauty when you have the time to notice it. The warmth of sunlight on stone, the fragrance of wild herbs carried upward by the breeze, the slow dance of shadows across the valleys, the comforting certainty that the earth continues its gentle rhythms, whether anyone is watching or not. In the distance, you notice a meadow dotted with long wooden tables covered in white linen. Tiny figures move peacefully among them. Copper kettles catch the morning light. Fresh bread is being arranged in woven baskets, bright bowls of apricots, figs, olives, and cheeses slowly fill the tables. A simple breakfast is waiting, not rushed, not elaborate, just thoughtfully prepared. The pilot notices your gaze. He smiles. "We'll be joining them soon," he says quietly. His words drift away almost as gently as the balloon itself. There is no disappointment that the flight is nearing its end, only gratitude, because every beautiful journey eventually becomes a treasured memory. And sometimes, knowing a moment cannot last forever is what allows you to fully receive it while it is here. The balloon turns gracefully toward the meadow. Its shadow glides silently across the grass below, following you home. The meadow grows closer. From above, you can now make out the gentle details that were hidden only moments ago. Wildflowers sway in clusters of yellow, white, and soft violet. Tall grasses ripple together whenever the breeze passes through. The long breakfast tables rest beneath a grove of ancient olive trees. Their silver-green leaves shimmer quietly in the morning light. Everything below feels welcoming, uncomplicated, peaceful. The pilot offers one final gentle burst from the burner. The balloon answers almost imperceptibly, slowing, settling, floating lower and lower. The ground crew waits patiently in the meadow. They stand ready with quiet smiles. No one calls out, no one waves their arms. They simply watch the balloon descend with practiced ease. As the basket nears the earth, you bend your knees just slightly, just as the pilot suggested. There is the softest kiss against the grass, a tiny bounce, then stillness. The journey through the sky has come to rest. For a few moments, no one moves. It feels almost too soon to leave. The basket that carried you so gently has become its own little world, a place suspended between earth and sky. Eventually, the pilot opens the small gate. One by one, everyone steps carefully onto the meadow. The grass is cool beneath your feet. Tiny droplets of dew sparkle like scattered crystals. The earth feels wonderfully steady again, yet something inside you still seems to float nearby. The great balloon slowly exhales. Its colorful envelope settles gracefully onto the grass. Not with sadness, but with the quiet satisfaction of a journey well made. Crew members begin folding the fabric carefully. Every fold is smooth, every movement respectful, as though they are putting away something precious until tomorrow's sunrise. The aroma of breakfast drifts across the meadow. Fresh bread, strong Turkish tea, sweet apricots warmed by the morning sun, creamy cheeses, olives gathered from nearby groves, golden honey, small jars of fragrant fruit preserves. Copper kettles send gentle ribbons of steam into the cool air. You find a place at one of the long wooden tables. There is no assigned seat, only empty chairs waiting to be filled. A linen napkin rests beside a simple ceramic plate. Someone pours warm tea into a delicate glass. Its amber color glows in the sunlight. You wrap your hands around the glass, feeling its comforting warmth. The first sip is rich and soothing. Hints of black tea, wild herbs, and just enough sweetness to make you linger over each taste. Conversation rises quietly around the table. No one speaks loudly. People exchange smiles, share baskets of bread, pass bowls of fruit. A traveler points toward the sky where dozens of balloons still drift peacefully above the valleys. Everyone pauses to look. For a little while, the only sounds are birdsong, gentle conversation, and the soft clink of porcelain cups. It is the kind of morning that asks nothing from you except your presence. No schedule, no urgency, only this simple meal, shared beneath ancient trees, while the balloons continue their silent dance across the sky. And somehow, it feels exactly like the ending the morning had been quietly leading you toward all along. After breakfast, no one seems eager to leave. The table has become a place where time slows even further. Someone slices another loaf of warm bread. Another traveler pours tea for a neighbor before quietly refilling their own glass. The simple gestures seem to happen without anyone asking. Kindness moves naturally here, like the breeze through the olive trees. You finish the last sweet bite of apricot. Its flavor lingers pleasantly, sun-ripened, golden, a reminder that some of life's greatest pleasures ask very little of us, only that we notice them. Nearby, the pilot folds a large map across a wooden table. Not because anyone needs directions, simply because he enjoys showing visitors the valleys they have just crossed. He traces a gentle line with one finger. Rose Valley, Love Valley, Pigeon Valley, each one shaped by wind, water, and extraordinary patience. He smiles. The valleys are always changing, he says quietly, but only a little at a time. You look back toward the cliffs. It is difficult to imagine them ever changing at all. Yet you know they have. Day after day, season after season, century after century, not through force, but through countless small moments. Perhaps people are not so different. As the meal comes to a close, a narrow walking path invites you farther into the meadow. You follow it slowly. Wildflowers brush softly against your legs. Bees wander peacefully from blossom to blossom. Butterflies drift through the warm morning air with the same effortless grace as the balloons overhead. A small stream meanders nearby. Its water is so clear that every smooth stone beneath the surface catches the sunlight. You kneel beside it, dipping your fingertips into the cool water. Tiny ripples spread gently across the stream, disturbing the reflection for only a moment before everything becomes still once again. The water continues on its journey, never rushing, never lingering, simply flowing. The path leads to a single apricot tree standing quietly at the edge of the meadow. Its branches offer generous shade. A weathered wooden bench rests beneath it. You sit for a while. The balloons have become smaller now, bright specks drifting peacefully against an endless blue sky. Soon, they too will return to Earth. Tomorrow morning, they will rise again, just as the sun will. Just as the birds will sing, just as the valley will welcome another quiet day. There is comfort in these gentle rhythms. The world does not begin anew each morning because it has forgotten yesterday. It begins again because beginning again is its nature, and perhaps that is true for us as well. No matter how heavy a day may become, morning eventually returns, offering another chance to breathe deeply, to move gently, and to begin once more. You rest beneath the apricot tree for a little longer, allowing the breeze to carry the scent of wild herbs, warm grass, and sunlit stone around you. For now, there is nowhere else to be, only this quiet meadow, this generous morning, and the peaceful feeling of having been carried gently through the sky. After a little while, you rise from the bench, feeling rested in a way that is difficult to explain. Not because you've done anything remarkable, but because you've allowed yourself to simply be. The meadow seems to understand. It asks nothing of you as you continue along the narrow path. The grasses sway softly around your ankles. Crickets begin their quiet morning song. Somewhere nearby, a lark lifts into the sky, its melody rising with it before slowly disappearing into the wide blue above. A short distance away, an elderly woman stands beside a wooden cart filled with woven baskets. Inside them are small bundles of dried lavender, handmade soaps scented with olive oil and rosemary, little jars of wildflower honey, and embroidered linen handkerchiefs stitched with tiny blossoms. She greets each passerby with a warm smile, not to persuade them to buy anything, only to wish them a beautiful morning. You pause to admire her work. She carefully picks up a small lavender sachet, placing it gently into your hand. "For peaceful dreams," she says with a smile. Its fragrance is delicate, fresh lavender, a hint of cedar, and something sweet you cannot quite name. You thank her. She simply nods, as though kindness itself is enough of a conversation. The path slowly circles back toward the village, now that the sun has climbed higher. Goreme looks different once again. The stone homes glow softly beneath the daylight. Window boxes overflow with flowers. Colorful rugs hang over balconies to catch the morning breeze. The village has awakened, yet even now, there is no feeling of hurry. Shopkeepers sweep their doorways. A cafe owner arranges tiny copper coffee pots outside beneath striped awnings. Neighbors greet one another with gentle smiles. Fresh herbs dry in bunches outside kitchen windows. Life moves, but never rushes as you wander through the familiar streets. You begin noticing details that escaped you yesterday evening. A carved stone arch covered in climbing ivy. Blue ceramic bowls resting on windowsills. Tiny sparrows bathing happily in a shallow fountain. The scent of fresh coffee drifting through an open doorway. The warm fragrance of sesame bread still baking nearby. A little girl waters flowers planted inside old clay jars. She hums quietly to herself, completely content with the simple task before her. Watching her, you are reminded that joy often lives inside the smallest moments. Moments that ask only for your attention. You find yourself returning almost instinctively to the terrace of your cave hotel. The cushions still rest where you left them. The valley stretches peacefully before you. Only now, it glows beneath the full warmth of morning. The balloons have become tiny colorful dots along the horizon. Some are already descending. Others remain suspended in the endless blue. You settle into one of the cushioned chairs. A gentle breeze stirs the rosemary growing nearby. Its fragrance mingles with lavender, warm stone, and freshly brewed tea arriving on a small wooden tray. Without needing to ask, Elif has quietly brought another glass. She smiles. "I thought you might enjoy one more." The tea is warm, lightly sweetened. Its comforting aroma rises with the steam. You wrap both hands around the glass. The warmth settles into your palms, into your shoulders, into your breathing. You take one slow sip, then another. The valley stretches endlessly before you, and as you sit there, watching the last balloons drift peacefully across the morning sky, it becomes wonderfully clear that some journeys are not measured by the distance traveled, but by how gently they change the heart. Before long, the warmth of the morning begins to soften. The busiest part of the day never truly arrives here. Instead, the hours seem to unfold like slow-moving clouds, one drifting gently into the next. Elif returns to the terrace carrying a small woven basket. Inside, she has packed a simple picnic: fresh bread wrapped in linen, a wedge of creamy cheese, a handful of ripe cherries, several apricots, a small jar of honey, and a bottle of cool spring water. "I know a quiet place," she says with a smile. "Many visitors never find it. Together, you leave the village by a path that slips quietly between the cliffs. The sounds of Goreme fade behind you. Footsteps become softer upon the sandy trail. The breeze carries the scent of sage warming beneath the sun. Tiny lizards dart across smooth stones, disappearing almost as quickly as they appeared. Overhead, hawks circle lazily upon rising currents of warm air. There is no destination that must be reached quickly. The walk itself feels like part of the gift. The trail winds through a narrow canyon where tall stone walls offer cool shade. Small trees have found places to grow from impossible cracks in the rock. Their roots disappear deep inside the cliffs, finding nourishment where none seems possible. You pause for a moment, resting your hand against the smooth stone. It is pleasantly cool. Thousands of years have shaped its gentle curves: rain, wind, snow, sunlight. None of them hurried, each leaving only the smallest mark, until together they created something extraordinary. The canyon slowly opens into a quiet meadow tucked between the hills. It is smaller than the one where the balloons landed, more hidden, almost secret. Wild grasses sway gently around scattered almond trees. Butterflies drift from flower to flower without any apparent destination. A single wooden swing hangs from the broad branch of an old tree. Its ropes creak softly whenever the breeze finds them. Elif smiles. "My grandmother used to bring me here," she says. "When life felt busy, she would remind me that trees never rush to grow, and still, they reach the sky." The words settle gently into the quiet around you. No explanation feels necessary. You spread the blanket beneath the shade. The bread is still wonderfully fresh. The honey catches the sunlight like liquid amber. The cherries are cool and sweet. Nothing about the meal is elaborate, and yet, shared beneath an ancient tree, with birds singing somewhere nearby, it feels abundant. You eat slowly, between bites. There is no need for conversation. The breeze speaks often enough. The leaves answer softly overhead. And every now and then, one drifts gently down, coming to rest upon the blanket before the wind carries it onward once again. You lean back, looking up through the branches. The sky beyond them is a clear, endless blue. A single white cloud drifts lazily overhead. You follow it for a while, until your eyelids begin to feel just a little heavier. The earth beneath you is warm, the shade is cool, the breeze is gentle, and without even trying, you find yourself resting once again, held quietly by the peaceful heart of Cappadocia. You rest there for a long while, not sleeping and not entirely awake, simply existing in that quiet space where the mind no longer feels the need to follow every thought. Above you, the leaves whisper together whenever the breeze passes through. They never seem to repeat the same conversation twice. Yet each gentle rustle is just as comforting as the last. The swing nearby moves ever so slightly, back and forth, back and forth. Its wooden seat taps softly against the tree trunk before drifting away again. The rhythm is slow, steady, almost like breathing. Eventually, you open your eyes. The cloud you had been watching has wandered somewhere beyond the hills. Another has taken its place. Its edges glow brilliantly in the afternoon sun. Time has passed, quietly, without asking you to notice. You smile to yourself. How rare it is to spend an hour without wondering what comes next. Elif gathers the picnic things slowly. She folds the blanket with practiced hands. Not a crumb is left behind. The meadow remains exactly as you found it. Only your footprints in the grass hint that anyone had been there at all. Before leaving, you turn once more to look at the old tree. Its branches continue reaching patiently toward the sky. The swing rocks gently, even though no one sits upon it now. It feels almost as though the meadow is offering one final farewell. The walk back follows a different path. This one climbs gradually along the hillside. With each step, the valley opens wider below. The fairy chimneys rise from the landscape like quiet sculptures. The vineyards appear once again, their rows neat and orderly beneath the afternoon light. In the distance, a shepherd guides his flock home. The tiny bells around a few of the sheep create the faintest melody as they wander across the hills. The sound drifts upward on the breeze, soft enough that you almost imagine it. Halfway up the trail, Elif pauses beside a smooth stone overlooking the valley. "This is my favorite place," she says. Not because it is the highest or the most beautiful, simply because her father used to bring her here when she was a little girl. They would sit together without speaking, watching the changing light move across the cliffs. He used to tell me that every valley keeps its own kind of silence. She smiles gently. I didn't understand what he meant until I grew older. You look out across the landscape. Perhaps every place does have its own silence. Some silences feel lonely, others feel heavy. But this one, this quiet held by ancient stone, warm wind, and endless sky, feels welcoming, like an old friend sitting beside you. Comfortable enough not to fill every moment with words. The afternoon sun begins its slow journey toward the western hills. The light grows softer now, golden once again, almost as it was when you first arrived. The cliffs seem to glow from within. Long shadows stretch gracefully across the valleys. Everything becomes calmer, slower, gentler, as though the whole landscape is preparing itself for another peaceful evening. You realize, without meaning to, that you have begun moving at the same pace, not because anyone asked you to, not because you were trying, simply because the valley has quietly reminded you that life does not always need to be hurried in order to be full. Sometimes, the gentlest moments become the ones we carry with us the longest. As the sun settles lower, you and Elif make your way back toward the village. The familiar stone paths welcome you once again. The same flower boxes spill over with bright blossoms. The same cats stretch lazily upon warm steps. The same baker places fresh loaves in his window, their golden crusts catching the evening light. Yet everything feels different somehow, not because the village has changed, because you have. The pace of your footsteps is slower now, your breathing is easier. The little worries you carried here seem strangely distant. You try to remember what felt so urgent only yesterday, but the valley has gently loosened their grip. Not by asking you to forget them, only by reminding you that there is room for beauty alongside them. Back at the hotel, the terrace is waiting just as it was on your first evening. The cushions have been fluffed. A lantern glows softly beside your chair. Another glass of warm apple tea sends delicate ribbons of steam into the cool air. You settle into your favorite place overlooking the valley. The stone beneath your hands still holds the warmth of the afternoon sun. Far beyond the cliffs, the last balloon of the day drifts quietly toward the earth. Its colorful envelope glows softly in the golden light before disappearing behind a distant ridge. Tomorrow, before dawn, it will rise again, just as another traveler will stand where you once stood, looking out across these remarkable valleys for the very first time, wondering, perhaps, if places like this truly exist. The evening birds begin their final songs, one by one. Their melodies fade into the growing quiet. The first lanterns appear throughout the village. A child laughs somewhere below. A wooden gate closes gently. The fountain in the courtyard continues its peaceful conversation with itself. Everything is returning to evening, exactly as it did when you first arrived, exactly as it will long after you've gone. You close your eyes for a moment. The cool breeze brushes gently across your face. It carries the familiar scents of rosemary, lavender, warm stone, and wood smoke. You breathe them in slowly. One long, easy breath, and then another. Perhaps that is what travel offers us at its very best. Not only new places, but new ways of being. A reminder that we can move through our own lives with a little more patience. Speak a little more gently. Notice the warmth of a cup held between our hands, the kindness of a stranger's smile, the comfort of an evening breeze, the quiet beauty waiting inside ordinary moments. The stars begin appearing overhead, one, then another, until the sky is filled once more with soft points of light. The same stars that watched over the valleys last night. The same stars that watched the balloons greet the dawn. The same stars that now watch over you. Thank you for wandering these ancient valleys with me. Thank you for slowing your steps, opening your heart, and allowing yourself to rest. May the peaceful skies of Cappadocia remain with you whenever life begins to feel hurried. May you remember the patient stone, the drifting balloons, the whispering grasses, and the quiet certainty that there is always a place within you where you can land softly. Good night, love. Sleep well. And until our paths cross again, I'll be here, waiting to welcome you back to the Soft Landing Society.